Well, that's my campsite set up, and welcome to the channel everybody, and welcome to Snowdonia National Park, and welcome to Wales. Now I've got here a little bit late this afternoon, so this might be a bit of a short episode. My plan is to go and wild camp at Gigan, I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm not doing that till tomorrow, and that will be next week's episode. So what I'm going to do is, now I've set my little campsite up and I've got here, it is late in the afternoon, I'm going to go for a little walk and then hopefully, possibly come across a couple of little compositions. So I've got about, what time is it? I've got about an hour until sunset, so I've left myself not a lot of time, so fingers crossed I will come across a nice little composition. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the footage. I'm sure it'll be entertaining enough. So yeah, welcome to Wales, and yeah, enjoy the show. How good do those views look behind me? Absolutely stunning. And Snowdonia National Park, oh, it's so good to be here, and I'm super excited. And the good thing is I get to wake up to these views tomorrow morning, so the pressure's off a little bit, just in case, you know, I'm trying to rush around and try and get a composition and an image tonight. I just remembered as I was walking up there, I will be able to combine tonight and tomorrow morning into a video, so fingers crossed I will get an image today or tomorrow morning. So my plan is to walk up this ridgeline here, because the sun is setting on the other side of that mountain, so fingers crossed I will get some light, and we do have some really nice cloud coverage in the sky tonight, so I'm super excited. And just look at those views, and oh, I'm super excited to be here, super present, super in the moment, and yeah, super excited. So fingers crossed I'll get some images, so I will continue up and away, and I just, look at those views. So good, so good. Apologies if it's super windy, but I've just quickly taken an image just because it's not compositionally that brilliant. It just looks really nice, and I thought grab a quick image. Basically, it's just where the V shape is here. You've got this light casting on the right hand side, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And I just got this little rock here to bounce it off to the left, because the V shape is it's more on the right, therefore it looks a little bit off balance. But when I put the rock in on the left, it does kind of bounce the image out. It's nothing spectacular. It's just it looks beautiful over there. So I thought I'd take a quick image. So I'll flash that up now. Apologies for the wind. Now, even though this image is a little bit off balance, I am still quite happy with it, because There's something about being in a moment and being present when you take an image, and watching the sun cast golden light down the valley and just highlighting little areas on the opposite mountain felt really special. So I was really happy with being in this moment and taking this image. And as I got a little bit higher, I turned around and I could see the sun setting and casting light on the opposing hills, and I went for a black and white image because it really highlighted the contrast between the light and the dark. Well, I've opted to come back down to the car because the light has faded on the other side, and because of where I was on the wrong side of the mountain to get the really epic sunset. So sadly I wasn't able to get any images that I was like super happy with, but you know, there was a couple of images and it was nice to get up there. I did however get really wet feet, which I'm not impressed about because tomorrow I need these feet to be dry, and it is going to be a little bit cold this evening, so fingers crossed they will dry. And yeah, hopefully in the morning there will be some epic sunrises, so fingers crossed, but you can never be too sure, so hopefully we will get some sunshine. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this evening's meal because I'm pretty hungry and I'm going to get an early night, but I did get some local beer, so I will have a local beer to chill out with, and hopefully I'll have a good evening. Well, morning everyone. It's 5:30 in the morning and we've got a bit of cloud cover by the looks of things, but hopefully we should get a decent sunrise this morning. But it's pretty cold. It feels like it's -2, there's frost everywhere, so definitely a cold night last night. But yeah, slept okay on and off, so had some sleep, went to bed pretty early, 8:30 last night, so looking forward to a nice warm coffee. Looking forward to an exciting morning. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll get some good light and adventure awaits. So let's get some coffee. They're pretty handy, those Australian swags, because you can just rock up to a campsite like I did last night and you don't have to worry and faff around too much. You just simply roll it out. It's already got a mattress inside it, and the mattress is actually probably about this thick, and it expands. You let out a little valve and it just expands, and they're made out of canvas, so they're really tough. And I wasn't too sure how it would fare last night because it was pretty cold, but it kept the wind out, it kept me warm, and they're super tough. Obviously they're built for Australia, they're built for the Australian outback, but obviously it's a completely different terrain here. But yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to be a pretty handy thing for travelling and just rocking up places and quickly putting up. Obviously you wouldn't take it up the side of a mountain because it's just too big and too heavy. But for just rocking up on a campsite, or if we're out wild camping somewhere in Scotland and you just pull up in the car, you can just roll it out, and it takes literally 2.5 minutes to put up and 2.5 minutes to take down. It's so simple. There's no inner, it's just an outer shell made out of like really tough canvas. You know, it's a really tough Australian swag, so I'm super happy that I brought that back with me when I came back from Australia. So I think you'll be seeing a lot more of that on the channel. It's a great little addition to my outdoor activities, really. So yeah, you'll be seeing it probably quite a lot more on the channel. So if anyone wants to know a little bit more about the Australian swag, comment below and let me know. But I'm having a bit of a lazy start to the morning. It is quite overcast, so I'm just having my coffee and I'm just waking up nice and slowly, and yeah, taking in the scenery. There is quite a lot of low-lying cloud at the moment, so I don't think I'm going to get that sunrise that I was hoping for. But nonetheless, I shall head onwards and have some breakfast shortly and look for some opportunities and adventure. I wasn't expecting the sun to break through the clouds like it did, but as I drove down into the little town, I ran up an embankment and I got my tripod out and I faced the camera looking down this lake, and I was just greeted by these spectacular rays of light breaking through the clouds and casting this beautiful orange glow. Well, I've driven down to the next little town. I think it's called Ogwan, or it's Ogwan Cottage. There's something there that's called that anyway. And the sun has just broken through on the lake just over here, and it is absolutely beautiful. So I went down to the water's edge to get a couple of images, but it was super windy, so I wasn't able to film. And then there was a couple of other photographers that came up. So I've now just set my camera up, and I've got a couple of compositions, a couple of shots. I've already taken the images, shooting down the lake into the rising sun with the light being cast all over the side of the mountains, and it's absolutely, it looks good on the back of the screen. I won't know until I get it in post, but hopefully there'll be some nice images. And then also just behind where the cloud is, you can see the light hitting the undulating hills. I zoomed right in on that, so it's just basically the undulating hill and the cloud. You've got like 3 different layers of light and then texture with the cloud, and I've taken a shot of that, and hopefully that'll come out really nice as well. But the scenery here is just to die for, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. What a start to the morning. And like I said last night, you know, if I didn't get any shots last night, I was praying and hoping that I'd get a shot this morning. And just being in this environment, sorry for the wind, but beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Super happy to be here. And yeah, it's still early in the morning. Now I opted to go for a black and white image because I felt it was quite powerful, because it really highlighted the contrast between the light and the dark, and you could see little bits of light hitting the faraway hillside, and it really stood out in black and white. Also, the undulating hills just seemed to capture the light really, really powerfully, so I was quite happy with the second image. But the final image for me just felt like something out of Lord of the Rings or some epic fantasy film, and I was so happy with the final image. Welcome! I am now stood precariously on a rock in a river, but I have found a really nice little composition looking at the waterfall. This little waterfall cascading over this rock, leading all the way up to this big mountain with a little bit of snow in the background and this moody cloud at the top. So what a fantastic start to the morning. But yeah, I am stood precariously on this rock, and I had to swap lenses. I had the 24-200 on, but it's not as sharp as my 24-70, so I did swap lenses, so fingers crossed I got no water on the sensor, because that would be absolutely terrible. But yeah, what a fantastic place, and what a fantastic morning already. You know, up on these rocks shooting down into the lake for sunrise this morning. Fantastic, the views were spectacular, and now I'm stood in a river looking up at mountains with little mini waterfalls. You can't really ask for more, can you? So yeah, sorry if it's a bit noisy, there's the river and obviously the wind, but yeah, I'll show you what I've got. Obviously, I don't know if you can see, but waterfall cascading here, nicely balanced in here, leading up to the mountains in the background. And obviously I'm just very wary of my tripod because I don't want it to fall over with my my camera and my lens. So, but yeah, what a fantastic start to the morning, and let's see what else we can find. Now I really like dark photography, which is where you underexpose and then you dodge and burn highlights in to really emphasize the light coming through the clouds or in the river, and I was really happy with this image. I named this one Rivers of Mordor because it just feels it feels like it's got that epic fantasy vibe to it, and I'm really happy with it. What a truly breathtaking place this is. I'm just in complete awe all the time because it's just so beautiful and stunning and calm. I really couldn't have asked for more this morning. It's already been such a great morning for photography, for adventure, for exploring. You know, I've had that lake, the sunrise, you know, the river, which was quite sketchy, and now I've just walked up to here and it's just jaw-dropping. And I've just spotted a couple of rocks here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get it lined up and take a shot of these two rocks with a long exposure, hopefully leading up to the mountain. And yeah, I'll see if I can do that. But I mean, it's just beautiful, and it's so serene and calm. The wind, there is quite a bit of wind, but I think it's being blocked at the moment, so it's really nice, and I'm pretty happy this morning. I really just feel quite content, quite happy, and yeah, want to start the day. Now the light isn't especially strong in this image, but I'm still quite happy compositionally with it. It feels quite cold and distant, but I quite like it. I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm going to go back down to my car, get myself another coffee, I think, because this morning's coffee wasn't the greatest. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy the content from last night and today. It's been a bit of a mismatch, but I'm really happy with this morning. I feel like there's a couple of images that they look like they might be okay, and nonetheless I've just had a really good time. Like last night rushing around trying to get that sunset, and then this morning just, you know, we've got waterfalls, we've got sunrise over a lake, and I've got these stunning views here. So, but if you do enjoy this content, you know, please watch next week, because I'm going to be wild camping up on the top, and that will be next week's episode. So, but if you do enjoy the content as well, please hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel grow. And if you want to see more of my ramblings, more of my shenanigans, and more things like this, wild camping and adventuring and just epic scenery, then please hit the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time a new episode comes out, which will hopefully be every week. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I shall catch you on the next episode if I survive. So enjoy the rest of your weeks wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your mornings, afternoons, evenings, and I shall see you next week. Ciao for now. Bye. Now there's sometimes a debate on how much you should edit your images. You get a lot of purists who don't like to manipulate the images so much, but it depends on what you like. You're the creator, you're the visual storyteller, and I really like fantasy and sci-fi and for me, I love concept art. I look through many books and get inspired, and this pano shot I took, you know, I have manipulated it to really give it a moody vibe, but I really like the final image. It reminds me of some epic fantasy film, and yeah, it's, for me, was a perfect image to end my first day in the Snowdonia National Park.